Hey you guys, Desmond here,
And LaCresha.
and welcome back to the channel. And today we are here to discuss RuPaul's Drag Race Season 16, Episode 8, The Snatch Game. But before we get
Hmm.
into it, I just want to remind everyone real quick to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. We have a goal of 1,000 subscribers, and I would love to reach there as soon as possible, or July, whichever one comes first. You know what I'm saying? So go ahead and subscribe to the channel and hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our content when it drops. So Miss Creesha, what did we think of this episode as a whole?
This was whiplash of an episode.
Snatch Game usually is because they gotta go, 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 go.
Right.
Um, but I overall with the whoop 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 whoop, I like this episode.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it really just cemented to me that I want Saphira to win. Because
Yes.
I already wanted her to win, but I'm like, oh, I'll be happy if this person wins, if this person here. I am 1,000, 2,000, 6,000% team Saphira
Severe.
Cristal as of this episode, and they played in her face. But we're going
Oh,
to talk
big
about that. We're
time.
going to talk about that. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into it. Let me scooch, scooch. Okay. So we start off after the elimination of Megami. The queens walk in. And Maya reads the messages. The message. I keep trying to say there's more than one. It's only one message. She wipes it off, and baby, she is feeling herself.
All the personality came out.
I'm like, there's the Maya we've been needing. There's the Maya I've
Mm-hmm.
been wanting to see. And I, I just love that gotcha moment she got to have because in Tucked and Untucked, Megami was very much, oh, this isn't a flippy song. I know this song. Blah blah this, blah blah that. And then Miles like, bet. Now I done beat you without doing not a single flip, no dips. She did do a slide, but
One slide.
yeah, she did do a slide. But it was
But it
just
was like a pivotal moment slide.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, I'm glad to see a piece of her personality. I also think it's because there's starting to be less queens in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I know I'm like that too. If there's too many people, I'm being myself, but I'm like, oh, there's too many people in here to start talking. So
Right.
maybe this is her comfort number of people in the room, including the people behind the cameras. Cause you got to remember they're in the room too.
Yes. In the room.
In the room. Hey, let's not. Hold on, we ain't finna go into the room. But yes, we saw that they sat down and they congratulated Plasma on her win. And then, like I said, Maya was a firecracker at the beginning of this episode.
Mm-hmm. She
because
was
it,
popping off.
because there was a few people like, oh, Morphine, you would have done great in lead. Quit lying.
What line? She's me when I'm tired and I just give zero F's at the end of the day during a PD meeting that I really don't need to be there for or could have been an email.
Yes.
Why you gonna bring this up now? Now look, you done gave this stupid idiotic man over here a platform to step on, thinking he high and mighty. If you don't stop,
But yes, after that, we move on to the next day in the workroom. They come in, they're sitting down. Then we get a little tea about Tsunami and Morphine, about Tsunami stealing her manses in the club.
for whatever that was, you saw a man across the room and you liked him. Tsunami was already across the room, so how she know that you like this person and she stole my man? No, she didn't.
She stole it, but it was a good little moment. I like hearing a little backstory, especially when queens know each other prior, because they don't really talk about that on the show a lot. If two queens
Hmm.
really know each other, especially when they're from two different cities, all the New York queens be like, "Oh yeah, I know her," but a Miami queen
Right.
and a New York queen, we don't see that. We don't see that. So RuPaul comes in. We didn't get a room mail this episode. But RuPaul comes in and announces that this week's mini challenge, in the grand tradition of the legendary documentary. Oh, I said it right.
Hey,
I
look
said
you.
documentary.
You look at you.
I think because I was
Progress.
mimicking. I think it's because I was mimicking RuPaul. I guess I knew to do it. Paris is
Legendary.
burning. The library is open because reading is what?
Fundamental.
Exactly. So, what did we think of this reading challenge?
It was a struggle.
It was a mixture of a struggle and like really good. Like those who struggled got like one read and they moved on.
Right.
But like Tsunami, the screenshot I got here, she did really good. Plain Jane did really good. Plasma actually did pretty good. But Tsunami had my favorite read of the night. She said, Plasma, where were you on January 6th? I'm sorry, that just woo. Oh, that got me. That got me. It's been a minute since the read had me like holler. Like I've chuckled, but that had me hollering. Oh, that's gonna be one of those top level reads now, like in the Hall of Fame of my favorite reads.
Where were you on January 6th?
Sorry. But we find out that the winner of the mini challenge was Tsunami Muse. Do you agree?
Yeah.
I do, especially since they show like 5 of her reads and everybody else got like 1, 2, or 3.
1, 2.
So I'm like, yeah, they want us to know that Tsunami did the best here. So,
Before.
So RuPaul then announces that this week we'll be playing the Snatch Game. Snatch Game. And to come in and help the queens get prepared for Snatch Game, we have season 4 contestant and winner of All Star Season 1, Chad Michaels is in the building, honey. It was good to see Chad. It was good to see Chad. We haven't seen Chad since All Stars 4. She made an appearance in the music video that they did on All Stars 4. I think that's the last time we saw Chad. So it's good to see her again. Welcome back to the workroom, honey. And she is like, when it comes to the Snatch Game, she has one of the best Snatch Games ever. Her share was everything that we needed in this world. Everything we needed in this world. So it was good to see you, hun. So now it's time for the Snatch Game. And this week we are joined for the Snatch Game by JP and Laith Ashley, 2 of the pit crew members. So what did
I have so many things I want to say. So many things. So many things I want to say about both of these men. Because I was sitting there the whole time and I was like, oh, I have jokes for JP. Oh, I have jokes for JP. And then we got Leaf. And I was like, yeah. Too bad you bat for the other team.
Laith is straight, honey.
He is?
Yeah.
Oh, thank Jesus.
Just a mess. Now that no more about the pit crew, let's talk about the actual Snatch Game now.
Fine.
So, what did we think of the 2016 the season 16 Snatch Game?
Look, 2016 was traumatic for me. I really don't want to go back there.
Understandable. I don't remember what happened in 2016. Oh wait, I started working where I work now. That was a pretty chaotic year. I wouldn't say traumatic, but it was very chaotic for me. Leaving my last job and heading to this one and not working for like 4 or 5 months. Yeah.
That was when I got in trouble for giving somebody the wrong cup and was in a certain disciplinary space for 4 months. Had half my paycheck stolen from me and almost got kicked out of my apartment. in a span of like 6 months.
That is crazy.
Yes.
But what did we think of this Snatch game for this season?
Um, it had some high points and some awkward low points.
Yeah, overall, I think this was a pretty decent Snatch game. We've seen way worse.
Definitely have where like nobody laughed the whole time.
Yeah, like we've seen way worse. I think overall this was a decent Snatch game. Those who did great did great. Those who didn't. And then we got, like you
Hmm.
said, we got those few who were just like awkwardly in the middle.
Right. You know what? The funny thing was this Snatch game honestly belonged to one person
Mm.
and somebody else somebody else got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's the producer showing they hold hands at this point.
We'll just have to wait and see. So let's go over them individually. Up first, we have Q as Amelia Earhart. I
She
kind
got
of
lost.
I find it funny because her Amelia's name is back in the news right now because they believe they've found pieces of her plane.
Mm-hmm.
But I find the timing of this funny.
Pieces,
But
pieces.
overall, her performance, I thought it was cute. I thought it was funny. I
Mm-hmm.
chuckled. I'm shocked she wasn't in the top, to be honest with you. We'll talk about that more later after the runway. But, like she wasn't like the best, but she made me chuckle. She did better than what I thought she would do in this challenge. I thought
Mm.
she was going to be a little bit of a struggle bus, but come to find out, she did pretty decent. What did you think of Q as Amelia Earhart?
I forgot she was there.
Mm.
I'm not even gonna lie. I forgot
Mm.
she was there.
She was more
Um,
dominant in the beginning of the Snatch game. But towards the end of the Snatch game, they were really focusing on other folks instead of her.
yeah.
So we're gonna move onwards to who we Tsunami Muse as the Gold Tooth Fairy.
There was so
This
much potential for
so
this.
much potential.
You could have played into the BAP since that's what everybody thought you were.
Like, and
But
it's just like you're the Gold Tooth Fairy. So when RuPaul asked you, okay, what makes you different from the regular Tooth
regular
Fairy?
Tooth Fairy.
You could be like, oh, I only get gold teeth. You know those caps they put on them badass kids' teeth? Yeah, I get those. Like you could have really went down that path.
I take silver teeth too.
Hmm. Just don't tell the silver tooth fairy.
Mhm.
Like it was just so much you could have did there, and it was just like I love the idea. Like when
Yeah,
Chad and RuPaul were walking through the workroom, they're like, "This is a great idea."
right.
It
You
was
just
just
need to flush it out. What
and
is the story behind the gold tooth fairy?
like
Like
that's
you
the
need to
first thing
yes
you should have
and
pulled
yourself.
together. That would have been the first. If I knew I was going to go in and do a character like the Gold Tooth Fairy, my first thing is I'm like, okay, so what do I do? And that was the first thing I thought of. Oh, I get those gold teeth out of them bad kids' mouth.
Right. You'd been like, okay, who
And
am
they ain't
I?
even
I'm the
got to put it
gold
under the
tooth
pillow.
fairy.
I'm just going to sneak in their room and snatch it out their mouth.
Exactly. And then be like, I take adult teeth too. You get knocked out, I'm right there.
Boom.
Ooh.
But yeah,
Shoot.
there
Be
was
like,
potential.
I racked it up in the early 2000s. Ching, 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 ching.
Shoot, we struggling these days, but don't worry. I'm going to get my coin up. But
Why
yeah,
are we better than the person?
I feel like she could have had more fun with it. But then again, when you're in it and you're going,
Yeah.
like she
It's a
probably had
pressure
all that
cooker.
planned, but RuPaul started talking and she was like, yeah, no, I don't take teeth. No, no, I take bones too. Yeah, bones,
Oh.
bones. That's one of my biggest worries. If I were to get on any type of competition show, I get on there
Mm-hmm.
and it's time for a challenge and I choke,
Facts.
and like I have to keep going because, you know,
You're there
I'm there.
already.
So it's just like, and don't let it be a situation where people vote each other out. I'm gonna be screwed. I'm gonna be like,
Mm.
listen, I promise y'all I'm better than this. All right, let's move on to Nymphia Wynn with Jane Goodall.
Mm-hmm. she had potential to be funny. And I thought she was playing the game like she's been doing, and she was gonna come and knock it out the park and be really funny. And she had
I
that
don't know. Something in my
one
spirit told
good.
me she wasn't playing this time. Like when she was sitting there freaking out, I'm like, something was telling me, no, she ain't playing this time. She's
You
serious.
and Morphe.
She's serious. She's and I didn't chuckle at all at this. There wasn't very much to chuckle at. I know RuPaul left a little bit at the beginning.
The ooh, 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 ah, was funny, and then that was
It
it. That was the
wasn't
last
it
funny
wasn't
line.
funny to me. Um, and although she has an amazing runway that we're going to talk about here in a minute, I don't think
Mm-hmm.
that amazing runway was enough to save her from the bottom two.
Mm.
Me personally. But we'll talk about that in a little bit more later. Up next, we have Dawn as Megan McCain. They didn't really show much of Dawn's character.
No.
Like, what we got, okay, it was cute. But, like, they didn't really
Mm-hmm.
show us much of the Megan McCain.
Mm-mm.
Like, I felt like there were so many things that could have been done, and maybe she did, maybe she didn't. We don't know. But from what we were shown, it was
Not
okay.
much.
It was okay. What did
Yeah,
you think?
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't much shown.
So we're gonna move on to the Godfather of Soul,
Mm-hmm.
Saphira Cristale portraying James Brown. I'm gonna let you go first on this one. What did you think of this performance?
Oh, this was excellent.
Mm-hmm.
This was so good. I
Mm-hmm.
laughed so much.
This was
It,
so funny to me.
and then when they tried to clock her about the shoes.
Like, I ain't in these shoes. What are you talking about? My favorite part was when Saphira threw back the conversation for Roland. Remember, I met you in 1969. I'm like, look, you listened. You heard the story RuPaul told you, and you threw it back when it was time to throw it back. And I felt like she did
Mm,
an amazing job. Amazing.
amazing.
Let's move onwards to Patti LuPone, portrayed by Plasma. Now, with this one, she did a good job. She just
Mm-hmm.
wasn't funny.
At all. She
Like,
wasn't funny, and then something was up with her makeup.
I got the Pattyisms, like it was there, but I'm like, come on, give me the jokes, like, but she wasn't
Where
not.
are the jokes?
Yeah, she wasn't not funny either. Like she wasn't cringe. It was
Right.
just like, oh, you could tell she studied Patti LuPone, but she didn't study how to make her funny.
Yeah.
Like I got Patti LuPone, I'm like, okay, I see it. That's Patti, but make her
Mm-hmm.
fun now. Make her funny.
Now make me laugh.
Yeah, she lacked that
Because
part.
you could have sat there and broke out into so many songs.
Now, I wouldn't want to do that because that would probably cross that line of what Jinx did on her season for All Star 7 when she did Judy
Mm-hmm.
Garland. And I would hate for
Mm-hmm.
them to be like, oh, I'm trying to copy. So I think I would steer away from singing, like pulling out a mic. But I would have pulled out a little something, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, like she had the character down. Like the character was good. It was just she needed to make it funny.
Yeah. You're frozen.
On my end, we're both moving just fine.
Okay. Well, maybe it's just me. Anyway.
If
Um.
you freeze on my side, I'll let you know. Okay.
Okay. I look because you're frozen over here.
Yeah.
So I
Hopefully,
was
I'm
just
smiling so you can see a pretty.
up. There you go. There's
Okay.
your gorgeous face.
Huh. But yes, let's move
How
onwards.
I make my kids line up. Like, what am I supposed to be looking at? Our pretty faces.
Up next
It's all
is.
positive vibes in my
Oh,
classroom.
I
I
love
hate
it.
having negative lectures. Oh, those wear me out. If I
Yes,
have to give a negative lecture that day, I'm done teaching for the day.
I get it. Understandable. Up next, we have Morphine Love Dion giving us some Anna Delvey. Honestly, I didn't know the name at first until they said from the show Inventing Anna. I'm like, oh, I didn't watch it, but I remember seeing all the trailers and hearing about her story. For me, Morphine started off strong. Like, I was chuckling. I'm like, okay, all right. But as it went on, it just started going,
She lost me as soon as she recycled a joke.
I didn't mind the joke recycled. Because a lot of people have done that in the past. In the workroom, they'll throw a joke at Rue. She'll laugh. So they're like, okay. Then the Snatch game, I'm going to make sure I tell that joke.
Right.
Because that would be me. As soon as she would have laughed at my joke, save that, and I will hit you with that in the Snatch game later.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think it was Michelle who said because she faked her accent so much, she really could have played into that. You know, each time she
Right.
spoke had some weird different accent, and then by the end,
She
just
could have been like this, and then she could have turned around and been like this. Yeah.
and then I went on down there, Rue. You know what? She probably don't know how to do a southern accent. That'll
You're
probably make it even more
so
funnier.
broke and so poor. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, so I wish she would have played into it more, but yeah, it did fizzle and fade out as she was going through. Let's move onwards to.
The little gesture voice.
We're gonna go to Maya here portraying Trina's cousin Shaquita.
Shaquita. Shaquita.
This
Hi, friend. I miss you.
this was really good. I'll let you go first. What did you think of Shaquita?
For a completely made up character, this is how you do a makeup character.
Shaquita.
You just lean into it. She was over there, and I love how she was just like the character the whole time. She was in character the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
She was never out of character. She was over there just.
And that's one of the benefits of doing a character that there is no reference. You can just go up there and just do whatever you want. You
Right.
know, Trinity and Evie did it on their. I keep referring back to the All Star Snatch game, but it was so damn good.
Right.
You know, Evie did it with the Boogeyman, and Trinity
Oh
did
my
it with the
God.
Devil. So, like, you know, those are great ways to get in there and just act a fool.
Freaking Evie, man. Evie had everybody just like in their feelings.
She had everybody feral after that Boogeyman.
She really
She
did.
has.
Because
I
everybody
got
was
online
just
and I'm
like,
like, y'all is thirsty. Y'all is nasty. Like, I ain't judging, but y'all is thirsty. Keep being thirsty, y'all. It's cute.
was. Oh, you have no idea. I was just like, man. You know, sometimes I've really thought about it, and sometimes I think I may just be Polly. So, ma'am.
But yeah, Trina's cousin Shaquita, you did a great job. Maya, real good job.
I wish those titties was real.
Now, last but definitely not least, we have Plain Jane as Yelena, a Russian pop star.
Mm-hmm.
I thought she did a really good job.
She did do a really good job. Like you cannot dismiss the fact that she did do a good job, and she made a character nobody knew extremely funny.
Yes. I really love the look too. Like, she had the look down, she had the jokes down. Like, it just all worked for me. Like, I agreed with her being in the top. Now, we're gonna talk about that win a little bit later. But like, I'm not like pissed because she did do a great job.
You just think some people got their face plated, and that's all.
Yeah, it was clear. She was clearly top two. Like, if this was a top two episode, she would be number two, honey. But yeah, like, I thought she did a great job. Love the accent, love the jokes. She played off of everybody really well. I will say, if maybe that's what RuPaul maybe scored higher on, because, you know, James Brown was kind of in his own little world. Every now and then he would interact, but Yelena was constantly interacting with the other queens, volleying back and forth. So now, speaking out loud, that might have been what ticked her over on RuPaul's checkbook, is how well she was playing with the others.
Yeah, because I was thinking about it too, and I was like, well, maybe it was just because it was a character none of us knew, and, you know, she made her funny and relatable and made us want to get to know that character more. So.
Yeah, I went and Googled the lady afterwards. I was like, I need to see what's going on with the T is.
Right, what the references are.
Yeah. But that was Snatch Game 2024. So let's hit the main stage. Up first, we have RuPaul. What do we think of RuPaul's look this week?
RuPaul said, let me take it back to the 90s and give you some Mad Max vibes.
Yeah, this is really cute. I don't like the shoes, but like calf up, great.
I think the shoes were just meant to, go with the strange headband
Yeah, yeah.
on the wig that's pushed entirely too far back.
No, because when you look at the screenshot of it up close, that wig is sitting where it's supposed. Now the headband needs to be back, but the wig I think is sitting right. She ain't got no huge five head, so I'm happy
I
about
think it's
that.
just the way that the wig is styled because it's like slick
Yeah,
and
and it
then
got the
up.
little wave and it's poofed up.
Yeah.
Which this is a different type of wig for Ruth, so I love that. But yeah, this looks so
Hmm.
good on your mama.
That headband looks like it's CGI
That
on.
part, like, is it really there? Yeah, you can see it going into the wig.
Yeah, it just looks CGI.
So this week we are joined by Michelle Visage, Carson Kressley, and our special guest judge, Kira. Now, do you
I
know this lady?
love Kira Sedgwick.
Do you know her? I don't know her.
Oh yeah, She had lots of shows. She was really good on like TBS,
Yeah, I
but
was like,
she's
who's
had
this white
like
lady? That was my first question. Who's this white lady? She was nice though. I enjoyed
um
her. She gave
I
great,
forgot.
yeah, she gave great critiques,
I
and you
forgot
could tell
whose
she's a
wife.
fan of drag. So I was like, okay, you can come back, honey. You can come back.
I forgot whose wife she is. I think that's Kevin Bacon's wife.
Who's that?
Footloose.
Oh, okay. Footloose. Wait, the original Footloose or the remake they did with Julianne
The
Hough?
original
Okay.
Footloose.
And that's sad. The only person I know in the remake is Julianne Hough. But y'all know me.
You know what? And I think Austin Butler would have been really good in the remake of Footloose.
And y'all know me. I'm a big Dance with the Star fan, so I got to keep up with my folks when they do stuff outside of the ballroom, darling. Speaking of, the category is Dancing Queen.
Again, segued. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That was good.
What would Roxy St. James prepare with Dancing Queen? What style of dance? Because there's two I'm
Mm.
torn in between. But what say you?
I probably would have did either the waltz or some type of like what is my favorite one? The tango.
See, this is where we similar
Different.
because one of
Oh.
mine was the tango. Yeah, I love the tango. When I'm watching my dancing strictly, I watch it all. When I'm watching, that is when I hear dancing the tango. I'm like, yes. I just love the power the tango has.
Yes.
Because it's
Like
not just
my
power from one side or the other. It's both sides like ha ha ha.
mhm.
Now if you want
My
the
favorite one is from God, I can never remember the name of that movie. It's a movie, a dancing movie Antonio Banderas did.
with
And at the
Vanessa
end he was
Williams,
no,
no.
Antonio Banderas, not with Vanessa Williams. Because there were three or four that came out that year. There was one with Antonio Banderas, there was one with Vanessa Williams, then there was the one with uh Richard Gere and Jennifer Lopez, which was dumb. But the one I like was the one with Antonio Banderas. He was the and Ralphio,
Mm-hmm.
and he was the he was like a substitute or something, but he
Okay.
was teaching ballroom to some of the high school kids
Okay.
after school. And at the very end of the movie, three of the students decided to do this like three-way tango, and that is my favorite freaking tango. And now when I get off this phone with you, I'm gonna end up looking it up on YouTube.
Some of my
Be
favorite tangos all come from Dancing with the Stars. I remember when Niall, what is Niall's last name? I remember he was the deaf contestant. He was the first deaf contestant to compete. His
Mhm.
tango, for him to only hear the vibrations, like his tango was so top tier. JoJo Siwa, her tango with her partner, Val's
Mm-hmm.
wife was amazing.
My favorite one.
I also enjoyed. There's another one. Normani. Oh, Normani. Oh,
I
Brandy.
didn't know Normani was on there.
Oh yeah. Oh, Mel B's. Mel B's tango was good too. Oh.
Um,
Oh yeah. Normani did it back in like. It was like right when Fifth Harmony blew up. Like I want to say they did X Factor, and I want to say like 2 years later, Normani was on Dancing with the Stars.
Take the lead.
Take the lead's
That's
name
the
of the
move.
show. But yeah,
Yeah.
I would probably do something tango inspired, or I can play off of my Texas roots and come in and do like a little line dance.
Mm.
You know, wear my good old cowboy hat, put on my good old boots.
Look, it's even better now.
But yeah, those are where I would go. Now let's get into these looks, honey. Up first, we have Q serving the robot. I thought this was fun. I thought this was cute.
Yeah, yeah.
What did you think?
Um, the thing was, is I didn't hear what the prompt was, so she came out dancing like a robot, and I was just like, "What the? Why? What the? Oh, okay. I guess I'll figure out what the theme was."
Could
And
you
then
imagine
once
if the theme was
Tsunami,
robot?
oh God! And then like once Tsunami came out and she was in her little samba outfit, then I was like, "Oh, okay, okay, okay. I get it now."
Yes, honey, but I thought this was cute. Moving on to Tsunami Muse, giving us some salsa. She looked good.
Yes.
She looks so good. And I
Yes, and
love
I
the
love that
moves.
outfit.
Baby, the moves on that main stage. I'm like, you better get her a dance partner up there now.
Okay, you know they should have did it like they did. What they should have did like they did UK, where they had the dance partners up there.
Yeah, and then season 7, they also did a dancing challenge similar to Dancing with the Stars, but they had to dance with each other.
Yeah, I remember
Remember, they
that.
had to do the half boy, half girl drag?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm. But yeah, Tsunami, you look great here,
'cause,
honey.
that was the one. How come I cannot remember any queen's name right now? I'm
The
having the
Vivian.
hugest brain fart. Or
UK season 1, that was Vivian when she won Bag of Chips, and Davina DeCampo were the other two that
mhm.
did the. Remember, it was the To the Moon remix.
Right.
To the moon.
And then there was the one with like Eureka and Violet Chachki. That was the one where they did the half and half ballroom.
You mean Ginger Minge?
Was that Ginger Minge? Look.
Eureka wasn't on until season 9/10. That was Ginger on season 7.
Oh, my bad.
Look at you mixing up the big white girls. Oh my
I
lord.
said I was having a brain fart. I'm tired.
We'll forgive you this time. Up next, we have Nymphia Wynn giving us some Japanese buto. I think I'm saying that right. This is stunning. This is
Yes.
beautiful. This is amazing. I love the movement that she added as well. I'm like, come through. Come through. What did you think of Nymphia's look this week?
You know what? It was I I liked it, especially with her bringing in her culture and stuff like that. And I'm like Rue. I love anything culture.
Yep. Give me culture, honey.
Give me all the culture, as uncultured swine as I am.
So we're gonna move onwards to Don, who gave us polka. Ah, baby, I chuckled at this. This was so cute. This was so cute and so fun. I loved it. I did. What did you think?
Hmm. It was cute, and I was waiting for somebody to be like, "Is she gonna give us a polka dance or no?" Okay.
I think she was trying when she was doing the spins, but I'm like, that's not the polka,
Yeah.
honey. But that's
Mhm.
okay. We'll let it slide this time. We'll let it slide.
Exactly.
Up next is Saphira Cristal giving us a majorette. What did you think of
Yes.
Saphira here?
Look, she said, "This is Rue. I'm going to give you all of the Rue isms," and was like, "Drag you Dancing Dolls for
Don't make
Life.
me drag you. I'm like, oh, I
Oh
love
my god,
this. And it's in
I
the
loved
colors
it.
of Drag You for those who used to watch
Hmm.
it. I watched a few episodes. It wasn't really my tea. It
Right.
wasn't really my tea. But I agree with you. This look is amazing. I love when people wink wink nod nod to Rue. You gotta remember whose show this is. So
Exactly.
you can call it a kiss ass all you want, honey. But I guarantee you, let me get on that show. I'm referencing one Rue, at least one Rue look while
Okay.
I'm there.
Oh, look.
At least one.
And
But
then the shoes. We got the shoe.
at least she covered them up.
Yeah.
I'm like, y'all wait for
Look,
a
and
long.
she could have been like a couple of other queens from a couple seasons ago, and just wore the same shoes every
Just
time.
from this season, go back and look at Geneva Carr. Everything she wore, it was the same pair of heels. I didn't say anything, but it was just like, come on now. Sometimes a good pair of heels are hard to come across,
Look, men's shoes,
especially when you don't got money.
heels,
Especially when you don't
men's
got
heels,
money.
men's heels are extremely expensive. I get advertisements for those all the time. Not saying that I have man feet, but because I there's a lot of drag on my phone. I wear a size 9 in women's. It's not that big.
I said wide. See, you weren't paying attention. That's what you get.
My feet aren't that wide anymore.
Oh, not anymore.
Anymore. Look, when I was eating a lot of salt and it sucked because I sat there, cooked all those collard greens and couldn't have none of them. And everyone's like, "Why not?" I'm like, "Cause the salt in my stomach." Um, but no, men's shoes are hard to find. Men's heels are even more expensive because you got to use like actual steel in men's shoes because women's shoes are weaker.
And I don't know if I ever decide to step into the world of drag. I don't know what I'm going to do because they don't come in my size at all. So
Like,
I'm
oh
a,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to get creative with the shoe wear because
right.
unless I get them custom made, and I don't
Uh-huh.
have custom made money,
No.
so we'll just have to. I'm creative. I'll come up with something. And Michelle just got to get over it. I'm like, listen, come help me find a size 18. Come on, come help me. Which is what, a size 22 in women's? Come help me find that. Please come help me find
Dylan,
that.
they have shoes.
All right, so Saphira looks great. Moving on to Plasma, who gave us some tap. I
Mm-hmm.
was more impressed by the tapping. I'm like, you better tap. You better tap. The outfit is cute. I thought there was going to be a reveal. I just knew she was going to rip that off. But she didn't. Um,
Ah,
but to me, the tap was the important part of this runway. And she tapped all the way down and all the way back.
oh, those aren't bad.
Huh?
Those aren't bad. Look, they got a 5-inch heel with a red thigh high up to size 16.
I wear
83.95.
I wear a size 18.
Hold on. Let me go back
Trust
to it.
me, I've been on a deep dive. If you find them, I will be highly impressed. But what did you think of Plasma's look here?
Um, hold on. It was cute. Very Broadway star. Very it reminded me a lot of Glee. I'm the biggest star.
Listen, Plasma has been compared to Rachel Berry a lot online. So
Yeah.
it's funny that you said
Um,
Glee. All right, moving on to Morphine Love Dion with Flamenco.
Flamingo.
This is stunning.
Yes.
This isn't the best screenshot. I thought it was a better screenshot when I took it. But
Mm-hmm.
this is stunning. I love the silhouette of it. That mug,
Oh yes.
that
Painting.
face.
Painting.
Face card never declines. My God.
We're not in that era anymore.
I'm always gonna be in that era. Okay. I will be. They will be in these eras. Will coexist at the same time until we get the fucking visuals. I ain't letting go. I saw a theory about the visuals online, and I'm like, you know what? That could be true. That we're
What?
not going to get the visuals until the end of the third act, and they're all going to drop because it's going to be one big cohesive story she's telling. And I'm
You
like,
know what?
okay, I wouldn't hate it. I would hate it because that means we got to wait till the end of Act 3 before we get the visuals. But all right. Okay. All
Hmm.
right. So let's move onwards to Maya Iman LePage giving 90s hip hop. I wish she would have just toned in on one reference. I feel like she's trying to do so many different things here.
Yeah, cause I mean, and I see them all. I saw little Mary J. Blige, with the crisscross colors. I got the salt and pepper.
And then she was moving like she was in TLC.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, I like
U
this.
N
This
I
is
T
cute.
Y.
Oh, wait a minute. What you know about UNITY? Baby, I'll hit you with that weekend love. Oh, I'm sorry. I stand Queen Latifah in this house, okay?
Who doesn't know Queen Latifah?
Whew. But anyway, yeah, so I like the look. I just wish she would have toned in on one 90s hip hop reference
Mm-hmm.
instead of kind of merging several together. But yeah, she
Right.
looked good. And last but definitely not least, we have Plain Jane giving us
Mm.
Latin ballroom
Latin boy.
because she used to be a Latin ballroom dancer. She mentioned it a few episodes before, but it's good to see there's a look to go with that as well.
Right. It's a storyline that paid off in the end.
But I've seen it. It's very popular in the Russian communities. Latin ballroom is.
Oh yeah, because it's very intense.
Yeah, like to reference Dancing with the Stars, there was a period where a majority of them were from Russia or had Russian descent.
Mm.
And I'm like, all right, y'all come through, honey. Y'all come through, because baby, they didn't play either. They got on that. Let's go. No matter what dance it was, honey, you better be ready. Oh, Anna,
Mm-hmm.
her name was
Because
Anna.
it's
I can
because
never say her last name, but her first name was Anna. She is still one of my favorites to this day, honey. She would get on that flow. You better keep up. Come on.
can you keep up? No, it's because dancing is very militant.
Mm-hmm.
Like it flows, but the concentration and stuff that you have to have really great form. So you got to stand up straight. It's like your tummy in, you know,
Oh, Lynn was all about that
shoulders
frame.
back, head
Listen,
held
Lynn was all
high.
about that frame. Rest in peace, Lynn. But he was all about that frame, honey.
Yes, you square your shoulders up, and it's very militant. And Russia is very like a very militant community, so I could see why they would, as a free form, like ballroom dancing.
So we have all these amazing look here. Who had your favorite look this week?
I thought about that. I couldn't really pick. But if I had to pick, because I know you're gonna make me,
As
I'm gonna give it to.
always.
I'm gonna give it to Saphira.
My favorite is Nympia Win. I think that was amazing, amazing, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Who had your least favorite look?
Cute.
Really? I think my least favorite is Plasma. But the tapping really set that runway.
Hold it.
Like the
Right.
the look is fine, but compared to everybody else's,
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't get tapped from that if she didn't come out tapping. You know what I'm saying?
True.
So,
But like the when I think tap dancing, I don't ever think of adults tap dancing unless it's Gregory Hines and his brother.
mm,
So the only thing I could think about would be like if she'd have came out in like the big pink puffy tutu. You know, with the rockabilly jersey on and the cute little tap dance shoes with her hair in the high ponytail.
For
Because,
me, when
like,
I think of adults with taps, I think of that all black slim bodysuit thing.
uh huh.
So that could have worked for me. But yeah, everybody else, I know what they're doing. I didn't know what Plasma was doing. So Plain Jane
Right.
was asked if she wanted to use her immunity potion. And she only
Yeah.
has 3 weeks left to use it, including this week. So she has 2 weeks after this. And she
Right.
decided not to. She decided not to. Honestly,
Mm
she didn't need to use it. But
hmm.
I'm a strategic person. Because say if I still have my potion right here, and I'm going to use you as an example. Say if me and you are the best of the week.
Right.
I know it's going to come down to me or you.
Mm
And I have this immunity potion. We're just going to be like,
hmm.
would you
Mm
like to use your potion? Yes. Who would you like using yourself? I want another queen. Who? Roxy St. James. Which immediately makes you safe and you have to leave the stage. Therefore, the win will come to me.
hmm. I know. That's why I looked at you like that.
Yeah, that's what I would do. That's what I would do with, especially after seeing how it worked with Saphira. I'm like, okay, so she's announced safe, then she leaves. So
Mm
I would have been like, bet I'm gonna use the immunity potion again. Yeah, on Saphira. Actually, bye.
hmm. Jesus.
The drama in the next episode would be so good
Oh my
that
God.
I created just by doing that.
Yes.
And I'm gonna come in with a big smile and sit down and be like, so, what y'all want to talk about?
Say. Say. P E to the T T Y P.
Okay, ladies, now let's get information.
Uh.
But yes. So we find out that our tops and bottoms this week is in the bottom we have Tsunami Muse, Nymphia Wynn, and Morphine Love Dion. In the top we have Saphira Crystal, Maya Iman LePage, and Plain Jane. Do you agree with the tops and bottoms this week?
Yeah.
I
I
think
agree with the tops.
I agree with the tops and bottoms this week. Um,
Yeah.
Q could have been up there for me, but at the same time, I wouldn't want to take
Mhm.
Maya out because I really want her to get this praise because she has been kind of rocky.
Yes.
So I'm like, yeah, let's give her the praise. So yeah, I like this top and bottom placement. Um, we find out that the winner is Plain Jane.
Mm.
Do you agree?
Like after talking it out, yeah, begrudgingly.
Oh, even with talking it out, no, I
But
still
I still
think.
think Sapphire should have won that.
Yeah, Saphira won that hands down. Like, I'm not upset that Plain Jane got the win here because she did great. Like,
Right.
but looking at the runaway and looking at the challenge, I personally would have just gave that to Saphira.
Yeah. And the thing is like Plain Jane's got how many wins?
This is Plain's second win.
I don't care. Sapphire should have got it.
I agree. Saphira should have won. So we find out that our bottom two is Morphine Love Dion and Tsunami Muse. Do you agree with this bottom two?
Yeah.
I don't.
You don't?
No,
You think Influence should have been there?
I think Nymphia should have been down there. I think Morphine started strong enough for me to be like, okay, go ahead to the back, be safe. Nymphia, she has an amazing look, but I don't think it was enough to save her from how bad she did in the Snatch game.
Hmm.
So I would have had Tsunami and Nymphia here. But we get them to lip sync to I Want to Dance with Somebody by Whitney Houston. Again, whoever paired the music with the runway theme this week needs a raise.
Okay.
Category is Dancing Queen. Lip sync song, I Want to Dance with Somebody. And another song checked off my list. I've been wanting this song for so long.
Look, they said we got money, honey.
Listen, they paying big money this season. They are
Mm-hmm.
paying big money because Whitney ain't cheap. And it's not even a
No.
remix. Because if you
No.
notice, every Whitney song they've done in the past was a remix.
Right.
This is the actual I Want to Dance with Somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Although there is a really good remix that is on the movie soundtrack that they just released. The one from the Whitney movie last year.
Mm-hmm.
There's a really good I Want to Dance with Somebody remix on that album.
Ooh.
Really good one. But anyway, so I was glad to see this song. What did we think of this lip sync for your life?
I cried. And I don't know why.
Well, you saw how much they cared for each other.
I think what it was for the first time I saw the fight leave one person and I saw somebody fight
Mm-hmm.
for their life.
And that was my biggest thing because honestly, this could have been a double save. And if RuPaul would have saved them both, I wouldn't have been mad. I'd be like, okay, cool.
Nope.
But my biggest thing with Tsunami was she wasn't focused enough on the lip sync. She was too focused on morphine.
Yes.
Like every time they cut the camera to her, you see she's looking at morphine instead of looking at Ru or looking at a camera.
Mm-hmm.
And like she was always trying to interact with morphine. And I'm like, don't get me wrong, the moments were cute when y'all did interact, but they needed to be more organic, not because you're running after her.
Exactly.
But yeah, I thought this was a really good lip sync. But I do agree with the outcome here.
Yeah.
I do agree with the outcome here. Which
Begrudgingly, I agree with the outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I could technically care less either way, but at the same time,
But yes. Morphine Love Dion, Shantae You Stay, Tsunami Muse, Sashay Away.
Mm-hmm.
She writes off her message, they dance like we just didn't send somebody home. And we get a preview for next week. It's another design challenge.
Ouch.
Now, I had a feeling that this season was going to have more design challenges because you remember they shot this during the strike.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think we're going to get like an actual like script acting challenge this season. Usually, there's one where they give them a script and So I don't think we're going to get one this season because of the strike that was going on with the writers.
Mm-hmm.
So what else do? Another design challenge. I actually, I like when there's more than just one design challenge a season. I think 3 is the limit. We shouldn't do no more after this.
Okay, because we had that. What series was that we were watching? And like every single challenge was a design challenge. Was that
Germany?
UK?
It was Germany. Because remember, Kelly Hilton in the reunion was like, they were like, "Oh, you're so pretty. You would have known that if you would have quit telling me to make clothes."
Exactly.
But yeah, so I think this should be the last one. No more after this, please. But yeah, I'm excited for the design challenge. But my only thing is we already know who's going to win. It's going to be down to 2 people because there's only really 2 that are great at sewing. The rest are just passable.
Mm-hmm.
So it's either going to be Q or Nymphia. Hopefully it's Nymphia. But we'll just have to wait and see. But that's all I have. Is there anything else you want to add?
Not me leaving this early. That's funny.
Where can they find you on social media?
You can find me at Creisha McGill. That's CRESHAMCGILL on all social media.
And you can find me in the club, Pocket Full of Bud Mama. But if I'm not there, you can find me on all social media platforms at Simply Desmond. That's SIMPLYDESMOND. Thank you so much for spending a piece of your day with me. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.